I'm about to find her. I'm about to find her. Right here. Holy. So this is Marshawn Lynch, okay? And Marshawn Lynch was drunk, found in a car. I've never seen some shit like this. Listen.
He said he doesn't drink and he doesn't.
Look.
He said he doesn't drink and he doesn't do drugs.
He said he don't drink and he don't do drugs, but look at this shit. Yo, I know this nigga a different type of drunk. That nigga's, yo, listen, unless you really drink liquor, nigga, you don't know about sleeping like this, nigga. This sleep right here, when you turn your hand into the pillow, different type of drunkenness. I'm telling you, that's a fact. By the way, I'm very happy that nobody got killed and nobody got hurt in this, okay? Fuck the car, who cares about that? But still, I'm only making any type of light of this because there's nobody that got hurt. But yo, if you've ever been really lit and you do like this is how my brother, when he get lit, he go like this. This right here is his pillow, my nigga. This nigga in the car like this. Cooling. Hold up. You know what the craziest thing is? This nigga sleeping so comfortably, they open the door, they all around him talking, and he still ain't wake up. This nigga sleeping great. Yo, you know one of these sleeps where like, yo, bro, you're dreaming about, you're still in the night that you just had. Like, you're still dreaming about it. You don't give two fucks. You know what's so crazy too? I really think the cops, like, if he was awake, they would have been like, yo, bro, just get the fuck on out of here before, like, we arrest you. You know what I mean? But this thing is literally sleeping in the car. Hold on.
I'm just asking, what is the problem?
No.
That nigga said, what's the problem? Yo, the car's on his rim. He drunk as hell. The nigga said, what's the...
Why will I...
Hey. Do y'all want to give me my expert opinion on this? I got 1,000 up that he beat this whole case. Unless he take a plea. Beating his case. Facts. Beating his case. This is easily beatable. Easily beatable. Easily. My man's beat a case like this. Factuals. Okay. Now let me give you why I think this. Let me give you why I said this. My man had a case like this, bro. They arrested him, everything. They're going to arrest you. That's why he said suspicion. Cool. He's clearly drunk. Bro, he probably went down there, and yes, it's good. I think they even said it. There's a article about it saying that he was uncooperative when he had to, because they're going to take your blood alcohol level, whether it's by breathalyzer or something or by blood, and they said they had to restrain him to get that. So they did get it, right? It's going to be way over the limit. Duh. You know how we going to beat it? Unless one of y'all cops got on y'all video cameras of him driving that car, y'all don't know if he was operating the car. My boy had a case just like this. My boy was lit. I ain't gonna lie, this shit took him 1 year and 3 months to beat the case, but he beat it. And he beat it with a public defender. This thing is rich. He's gonna beat it. I'm gonna tell you how my boy skated. So essentially, my boy was in front of this house. It was like a house party, right? He literally did drive there. So he did a U-turn. He drove there, whatever the case. Well, he drove there and he did a U-turn and parked right in front of the spot. Whatever the case is, you know what I mean? He's kind of hammered. The thing was kind of shutting down. He hops in the car, right? He hops in the car and no. Actually, no. It was right when he got there. So the cops pull up to shut the party down right when he got there. And when he got there, he basically was about to get out. Cops never saw him drive there or nothing like that. I'm going to tell you why he beat the case. It's not about him being drunk. It's not illegal to be drunk. It's illegal to be operating a motor vehicle while being drunk. In Jersey, I don't know, I think this was Nevada or something like that. In Jersey, I'll tell you the laws. You're considered operating the motor vehicle if the key's in the car, if the ignition is turned on, or if you're even having lights on even in the car. So, sometimes without the ignition, you might press lights or whatever the case is. If you're not doing that, you're not operating the car. Granted, you could sleep. If you're drunk, you could sleep in the driver's seat. You could sleep in the driver's seat if there's no key in the car and you're not operating the car. But if you're fucking operating the car in terms of, in Jersey is considered operating the car if you turn on a light, or if the key's in the ignition, or if you're doing anything with the car that the car will respond. The nigga was drunk as hell, but the thing is, they didn't have proof that he drove there. So they went to trial. They just lost. Okay, that's cute. The rims are there. Yeah, I know everybody yo, that's crazy. It's just rims, no tires. Okay, but do you know if he drove the car while he was drunk? You don't? Beating the case, bro. What do you? I don't care if it's a DUI or what, nigga. You're beating the case. So I know for my boy, bro, it took him a while, and it was a lot of patience. But really, I think he only did it because, bro, there was about to take his license for life. He beat the case. In here, I'm going off of Marshawn Lynch's situation. It don't appear that any of these cop cars saw him driving. It looked like they seen a car on rims with somebody inside sleeping, and they pulled up on him. They could tell he's drunk because he smells like alcohol, and they arrested him. Bro, he's not. I don't think he's gonna. Again, they're probably gonna give him a plea that he don't even got to go to trial because he's a celebrity. But bro, he's not about to get convicted for this. You get what I mean? Bro, it don't matter if they look at the rim. How do they know he was operating while the rim was, whatever happened to the rim? How do they know he was operating? Who knows if his man was in the car, drove it there, right? His man went to the party, he's drunk, and his man said, yo, you go stay in the car, and whatever the case. Bro, he's beating the case. Facts. Somebody says Vegas had mad cameras. Okay, so cool. So pull the camera footage of him getting into the car, and maybe they got a case. I ain't gonna lie. But you got to have the camera footage of him getting into the car and consistently until where you found him to know that he didn't stop somewhere and get drunk in between. You get what I mean? Because if I'm him or his lawyer, I'm be like, yeah, my client did get into the car earlier, but my client wasn't drunk then. Y'all didn't found him then. Y'all found him at 4 a.m. or it looked like about 6, 7 a.m. Y'all found him at 7 a.m. Yeah. His mans drove there, and yeah, he went to some other place and got drunk, and then when he get back in the car or when he got into the driver's seat, he just wasn't driving. You got to catch. DUI literally means what it says. Driving under the influence. It does not mean being under the influence. It means driving. If you're not driving, you cannot get found guilty of DUI. And driving, I'll look it up right now. I think it's Nevada. I'll make sure. What's his name again? Marshawn Lynch, DUI. Okay, let me see. It's Las Vegas. All right. Nevada DUI. Cool. All right. There we go. Facts to consider. Whether the vehicle was running. Vehicles ain't running. Drivers arrested at night. Okay, whatever. Where the ignition key was located. Not in the ignition, which if it's in the ignition, he's fucked, right? Because they're going to have body cams or whatever. Where and what position was the driver found? Which, by the way, I've been drunk and slept in the car. But I usually just sleep in the back seat. You know what I mean? You sleep in the driver's seat, they're going to think you were driving a car. They're probably going to arrest you. Whether the driver was sleeping awake, of course he would sleep. Was the headlights on? This is where, for my homie, mattered. If the headlights was on, they would have found him guilty. Because it would have said the car is being operated and you're in the seat that is able to operate the car. Right? Somebody said where the car is located on public or private property, cops could go on private property. And whether it was stopped on the road or illegally parked, yeah, like if you're in the middle of the road, obviously. In Nevada, the driver is not considered to actually be in physical control of a car if the foul would apply. The driver's asleep, not in the driver's seat, engine is not running, the car is legally parked. Granted, whatever is happening to the car did look legally parked. Let's go back. Look. Look. The car do look legally, like, I mean, well, it might be illegal because I don't know which road this is, but like, it's on the side of the road, right? Somebody said the driver couldn't have driven it. I think he'd be in that case, bro. I think he'd be in that case. That's a fact. I think he'd be in that case, bro. I'm gonna keep it 1,000, bro. I think he'd be in that case. All right. Anyway, that's something to come. One of the other things I was